Back and forth, series tied, pivotal game 5 in Sacktown. Steph Curry, this team has struggled on the road, and Steph Curry, though, has that playoff experience, Jay. We saw it.
It doesn't matter who guards Steph Curry. If that's Davion Mitchell, their perpetual movement without the ball is why they have the best offense in the game of basketball.
The fadeaway long two from Klay Thompson. He had 25. Malik Monk doing his best. The drive, that'll fall. De'Aaron Fox, of course, dealing with that fracture on the tip of his finger. He had 24 points, but really, it's all about Steph. It's all about Klay. And Draymond had his best offensive performance.
I mean, look, it was a masterclass by Dre. And Kevon Looney, another 22 rebound game, 11 offensive rebounds. And Steve Kerr and these guys have figured it out. And when Andrew Wiggins make a shot, Klay's making shots off the dribble, they're the best team in basketball.
That's a really good sign for the Warriors when Wiggins is going off. He had 20 points, 9 of 16. Then Curry wasting time.
Hey, look at this possession, man. Look at this possession. Are you kidding me? Can we get sweet Georgia Brown playing underneath this, please? Like, look at that possession just right there.
Business as usual. The Warriors, they take control of the series 123-116, one of the league's worst road teams this regular season. They always seem to find a way in the postseason. This is stunning. They have now won a road game in 28 straight playoff series, the longest streak ever in NBA history. So now they're up 3-2, and they're heading back home where they are phenomenal.
Closeout time.
Is this over? Is this series over, Jack?
I thought it was over. I thought the moment of clarity for Sacramento, like the defining moment, was Game 3 when Draymond was out. And I came on this show and I said, hey, look, people keep saying this is a must-win for Golden State. It's a must-win for Sacramento because if they don't win that game, you're going to feel a momentum shift. Right. And that's what we're seeing right now. And by the way, Andrew Wiggins not playing basketball for 2 months. This team is evolving into the best form of themselves. And we need to re-enter that conversation about Steph being the best player in basketball.
Are we overlooking the Warriors here, especially Allen, after what we saw from Draymond? We haven't been talking about the Warriors. I mean, they were down 0-2 early on. It's like, oh no, are we overlooking them in the West?
Some people might have. Not me. I don't think Jay was either. The way we were watching this team, that 0-2, you just said, all right, the Kings, this is their first experience. And this series will start to get real once they go on the road. And it did. And the Golden State Warriors experience is showing out at this point, and the inexperience on the Kings side is showing out at this point. The Warriors know where they are and what they're doing.
Okay, that game, Friday night, Game 6, how important is it for them to close out so they can rest and wait for LeBron potentially or Memphis?
You got to get it done. But I think, frankly, if they close out, whenever they close out, they are a nightmare matchup for the Lakers if the Lakers are able to get by Memphis.
Okay, with Grizzlies, they faced elimination at home. What will we see from LeBron, especially after that overtime game? Well, we saw a lot of Ja Morant over LeBron.
Yeah, and look, the Grizzlies had to be desperate in this game. They had to play desperate in this game, and they absolutely did. And Ja Morant looks like a guy when he jumps, then he steps on something and goes a little bit higher. That was an amazing play.
Okay, on the break, you got LeBron with the defense, and he's trailing. Austin Reeves knows what to do.
Yeah, and look, the Lakers, they didn't have it in this game, but they kept pushing, kept fighting, kept pushing back, which tells me that Game 6 is going to be a very interesting game.
When you look at Anthony Davis, you get 31 and 19. They're down by 1 in the third quarter, and then things fell apart. Memphis went on a roll, and here is Ja.
Too much Ja, just too much energy. I wouldn't say he's too small, but definitely they weren't up for the challenge in this game.
Morant inside loves that physical contact, no doubt about it, through Davis. Ooh. He finished with 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 dimes. The backcourt was fantastic. Grizzlies forcing a Game 6 Friday night on ESPN. LeBron, by the way, 5 turnovers last night, 4 of them coming in transition. Also shot under 30% for the game as he missed 8 threes and went 0 for 5 from the floor in the fourth quarter. LeBron afterwards.
Definitely starts for me tonight. I was not very good at all. I think defensively I was pretty good, but offensively I was, not really good. Tonight I was, and I'll be better in Game 6.
All right, let's get some perspective here as we have VC and, of course, Allen back with us. They're still up 3-2, and they go back to L.A., but how big of a missed opportunity was this for LeBron and company, especially when you had AD with a big night?
I think it's a huge miss. And this was a chance for the Lakers to close out the series, get a little rest, kind of regroup, and get ready for the next series. And they weren't able to get that done, particularly with the Golden State Kings game still playing. This is a chance for them to kind of get this series over with and not give any life to the Grizzlies. Now, a young Grizzlies team who kind of now smelling blood in the water. They're very confident in themselves, as you know. They give themselves another chance. So in that locker room now, they're saying, oh, we just got to go to LA and get one and bring this thing back home and finish it. So, yes, I do believe the Lakers will be better. I do believe LeBron will be better. They did not get stops. They allowed Ja to get in the lane time after time after time, which created other shots and open shots for, obviously Dillon Brooks. So we're not going to talk about him, but everyone else as well. And they can't have that if they want to beat these Memphis Grizzlies.
It's funny, on a night where Dillon Brooks is not a factor, he's actually off the floor. LeBron goes 5 of 17 shooting here. The turnaround, is that a huge concern, Alan? Should that be the biggest storyline here for this Lakers team?
It is exactly what we talked about when the series began, when you looked at the way the schedule laid out with 2 days off between games early, and you thought that definitely benefits the Lakers, especially LeBron James, so he can just recharge and get ready for the next game. And you saw him in that overtime. He emptied the tank in that game. And I had a feeling, because of the quicker turnaround, that he probably wouldn't have everything. And Anthony Davis owed him a big performance. He got it. Now, there's a quick turnaround here to Game 6 to Friday and then to Game 7 on Sunday. Not a lot of time to recharge. They got to win that game on Friday, VC.
But there's one huge thing to this, Han. I think as you've seen, is when you go back home, when the Lakers go back, it gives you new life and it recharges you. I'm pretty sure they're going to make sure LeBron gets the opportunity to just get off his feet and how important he is. And because I knew he was tired from the beginning, being the facilitator. Usually he's in attack mode, particularly in a closeout game. So I think you're going to see him in attack mode early at home because of just being on their home court.
You can make a case the Lakers are the biggest Kings fans outside of Sacramento to force that series to go to 7 games here. Real quick, who wins this series the rest of the way, Alan?
I still think the Lakers are going to get it because of the way they kept continuing to fight back despite getting almost blown out in Memphis. So I still have the Lakers winning at home on
Vince,
Friday.
who you got there?
I think the Lakers have put themselves in a position to win, two tries to win one. So I think when you have LeBron and AD, who are very capable and healthy, I think the Lakers can get it done.
Reminder, Game 6 tomorrow night on ESPN. We'll have both games, of course, the Kings and the Warriors. Warriors with the chance to close out, and the Lakers with the chance to close out on their home.
But they do not.
Long offseason, long night for Mike Budenholzer, the Bucks head coach. Max Strus, why? Why do you foul here?
Again, boneheaded decisions after boneheaded decision by the Bucks to blow this game at home and to see their season end. No reason at all on that closeout so far away from 3.
So Strus makes 2 of 3 free throws. The Heat up by 4. Then Giannis.
Timeout.
Come on, what are we doing now?
Timeout.
Down 2, but you have 3 of the Bucks stars on the floor, and none of them take the shot. It is Grayson Allen. That's your season, and that's the difference in this? My goodness. Giannis staying home after the 1 seed goes down.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me? No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful, some days you're not.
That is a clip that I'm going to show my 11-year-old son and my 9-year-old son because of the perspective there. Because you cannot look at this as a failure, but they will in Milwaukee, Alan, and Vince Carter joining us. So, Vince, your thoughts? How would you consider this? Is this a failure for Giannis and the Bucks, considering they're the 1 seed and they do not advance to the second round?
Kev, I see frustration all over Giannis's face because it's the expectations that they fell short of. Failure. I don't know. I mean, of course, they felt that they were good enough. I felt that they were good enough to make it all the way to the finals. I had the Boston Celtics coming out at the beginning of the year, and I thought the Milwaukee Bucks were playing the best basketball